Hello. Guys, I think it should be working again now. See, I'm having all sorts of technical issues today. Not a good start. Can you guys hear me now? Please smash a 1 in the live chat if you can hear me. Does it sound okay or does it sound absolutely terrible? I'm so sorry, but we've had the microphones, I think, playing up. It's something's not working properly. Oh, brilliant. You can all hear me now. Okay, fantastic. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Gungshi, for the super chat as well. Thank you, everyone, for getting in here and letting me know that, because I was just going in there raw and was already talking for a good minute or two before I noticed. So, hey, great to see you all. Gungshi, Leah Rose, Finksu, Roshi, Malps, Abhishek Singh, Simon Almeida, Sphinxu, Uncaged Squid, WH, and everybody else as well. Thank you so much for getting in here and joining the stream, guys. We'll have to cut that out at the end. Great to see you all aboard the Bacon Express. Right, we've got a lot to get into today, guys. We're going to cover here the United news. Do us a favor at the start of this show. Smash that like on the video. Give it a thumbs up. Share it around on social media as well. That'll help us out loads. And get your thoughts and opinions in the live chat. I can see the live chat's absolutely popping off today. Thank you, each and every one of you that's in here. Jonathan Gallagher, Old Dirty Benjo, Johnny, Aaron, and everyone else as well. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so come on, get in there, my son. Let's go fucking mental. This is what I was saying. Because Erik ten Hag is starting obviously at Manchester United, guys. The era is beginning. The era has begun. And yeah, okay, he might not be overseeing the Palace game, but Rangnick's going to fulfill his contract, it seems. But he's behind the scenes. There's recruitment stuff going on. There's contract talks going on. There's all sorts of bits and pieces going on behind the scenes, guys. So get in there, my son. Let's get a cheeky little hashtag ETH in the live chat, because the new era has begun, which is obviously positive stuff for us, just to get this previous. Oh, this season's been an absolute mess. The worst season I can remember. So get this one behind us. Get the new guy in. Hopefully he's going to start bringing around a change at Manchester United with the right sort of personnel coming in. And also a new style, a new approach, a new philosophy, a way of playing, which is hopefully similar to what he's done over at Ajax. A really great attacking side, defensively sound, but being able to translate that over to the Premier League. It's going to be tough. Thank you, everyone, for getting in here as well. Yes, Malps, we're going to get into that as well very shortly, my son. We've got lots of transfer news kicking off as well, because let's face it, he's coming in early. He's foregone the old summer vacation. He's not gone away on a break. He's gone straight into work at Manchester United. Such is the measure of the man, and also such is the size of the job at hand. There is so much change going on at United this season. This summer, with players going out, and we need to sign a lot of players. He does need a little bit of a leg up there. He does have to come in early, really, to try and get some players sorted out, to try and talk more with the recruitment team, and obviously try and get a strategy, who we're going to go for if we can't get this guy, who do we get, all the rest of it. They've got to try and flash out a plan, and obviously try and sign players as soon as possible. So get the business done at the start of the window, so this man can work with these players, so we don't have to be chasing players towards the end of the transfer window when the season's starting. So good stuff, guys. There's going to be lots of transfer news, I think, over the next couple of weeks, even the next coming days. That's right, Man United Hodge, get in there, my son. Let's get a hashtag Timber in the live chat, because it does look like Jurrien Timber is perhaps on his way. Fair enough then, you guys seem to be quite interested in that. I was going to save that for after I talked about Ten Hag, but let's just talk about this. Jurrien Timber, it could join Erik ten Hag at Manchester United. Talks with his management had taken place. United are seriously interested. This is what's being reported by Sky. And also we got an update here which says that Erik ten Hag is quoted as saying, in regards to Timber's potential deal for Manchester United, he said, "I think all top clubs have Timber in their sight," he told Mike Verwey. If Anthony would go, it would be a blow for Ajax, because in their current squad there is nobody to replace him. So just a couple of hints and talks and discussions already about Timber and Anthony and these players over at Ajax for maybe Ten Hag to bring in. So very, very good stuff, guys. Hashtag Timber. I know he's already got the axe out, hopefully chopping out some of these big slabby woods in the team, such as Mr. Harry Maguire, and maybe going to sign in Timber. We'll see who else maybe we might bring in in the defensive positions. But it does look like Timber is one of the players that is certainly high up on the list. He's been linked for a long time because he has that relationship, that working understanding with Ten Hag already. He's young. He's only 20. It's actually a really, really good sign it would be for Manchester United, I think, going forward for the future as well. Not just for now. But certainly, I don't think Harry Maguire's going to do great bits in a Erik ten Hag in an Erik ten Hag defence in that sort of system and that sort of team. Guys, we have got 59 likes on the stream. Thank you, everyone, for getting in here and smashing that like button. Do drop a thumbs up if you haven't done. Help us out. We had a bit of a shut up at the start of the stream. Technical issues. Do smash that like on the video and help boost us up there. And also give it a share around and subscribe. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button and having your say in the chat. Do get your thoughts and opinions in there. We want to hear from you legends. Vincent says, what kind of tree did he come first? I think it's probably a British oak. Yeah, good shout there, Vincent Bullock, mate, with a tiny set of acorns on him, lad. You know what I mean? Or an acorn tree. Anyway, right, anyway, let's get back into the news. So Timber's looking like that could be, you know, very, very strong possibility. There's announcements coming out and some sort of reports all over social media that Timber is, you know, it's essentially there's been an agreement reached, a verbal agreement, etc. So we'll have to wait. We'll give you all the latest on regards to Timber and stuff as it happens. But let's just get back into Ten Hag. So Ten Hag, speaking about his time, it was choice coming into Manchester United. He said, I had choices to work at different club than Manchester United, but with a better foundation. But I chose United. Things have to get addressed there, and that's a challenge. The club and me are on the same wavelength about how I want to do this. So in regards to, you know, why he's chosen Manchester United, he can see the potential. I guess the money's nice also, but let's be honest, there is a big project here, and he seems like by what he's saying there, that obviously he's been given certain assurances about how to go about this and how best to fix Manchester United. Yeah, there are like hierarchical problems at Manchester United behind the scenes, and I think it's important that they get addressed just as much as anywhere else. And then in regards to the playing squad and what to do there and how to improve that, Erik ten Hag's got the sort of system over at Ajax where he's been working under, where he's, you know, built teams up. He's had to sell players most windows, but still produce good talents and blood the youth and bring players through. So he's got the track record that Manchester United are looking for there. Hopefully he's been given assurances for transfers as well and things like that and freedoms. And I'm pretty sure he will have been based on, well, what he's just said there, him taking the job. He said that there's been better foundation, you know, offers on the table from clubs with better foundations. But he says there's a lot of work to be done at United there. There's a lot of work at every club. A manager's job is especially focused on the preparations for next season, and there's a lot of work to be done in that regard. Regarding the staff, there are several things that need to be organised, and also regarding the team and over the next several days, or actually as of tomorrow, we'll be focusing on that intensely. So Ten Hag also revealed, which you know, is a big talking point as well, that he really wants to keep Cristiano Ronaldo. Come on, get in there. Of course he wants to keep Cristiano Ronaldo. Who wouldn't want the best player in the world? I mean, he's actually been one of the players who's managed to do okay and actually do well individually this season, even amidst an absolutely gashed team. So, of course, he wants Cristiano to go to 37. But this is what he said in regards to Cristiano. So, Erik ten Hag said this. Ronaldo is a giant. Because of what he's already shown, I think he's still very ambitious. Of course, I would like to keep him. He's been very important to Manchester United this year and can produce great statistics. So he knows what a match winner he is. He knows what a goal scorer he is. And I'm pretty sure no manager in their right mind coming into Manchester United would be desperate to get rid of Cristiano Ronaldo. Even if you're going to keep him just until he gets a little bit older, he's still a finisher. He's still a big player, a big man in the dressing room. And he's still a match winner end of the day, even at 37. He's still one of the best forwards in the Premier League, you know, if not the best. And if he was actually playing for one of the top teams in the Premier this season, i.e. Man City or Liverpool, crikey, how many goals would he have got? A lot more than I think anybody else. I personally do. I think if you look at what he scored for Manchester United in this struggling team, he could have probably outscored Salah in that Liverpool team. He'd have probably outscored Son in that Spurs team. Or maybe not the Spurs team because they're shite, but you know what I mean. Like he's just done as good as anybody, really, Cristiano. Even though Man United have struggled, so yeah. But this is great news that Ten Hag has sort of vocalised it and said as much that he wants to keep Cristiano Ronaldo at the club because we all love Ronaldo. We all know what a great player Ronaldo's been for us this season. It's not Ronaldo's fault we've been so bad. And if Ronaldo does decide to stay, because there may well be offers on the table from other teams, which will be assessed. You know, it'll be because he's loyal to the side and he wants to help out Manchester United. Really, there's not much to offer him here in terms of, are we going to challenge for the Premier League next season? Probably not. Are we going to, well, we're not in the Champions League, so that's not of no interest. We're playing in Gashtastic Europa League at best. So, you know, we have got we have not got the best appealing place to play for somebody like Cristiano Ronaldo right now, but it seems like he's committed right now. Hopefully that doesn't change. Hopefully he's not got his head turned by the prospect of playing in Champions League football for someone like Bayern or whoever if they sell Lewandowski or whatever the case may be. But I really, really hope that Cristiano Ronaldo stays, and this is just good news, of course, from Ten Hag's mouth, which suggests that he would like to keep hold of Cristiano Ronaldo as best as he can. So get in there. Beautiful stuff, guys. Ten Hag on Ronaldo. Ronaldo's a giant because of what he's already shown. I think he's still very ambitious. Of course, I would like to keep him. So great news on that front. Enyor says, give us the whole Ajax squad with Ronaldo and De Gea and we're set. There you go, man. I mean, it could be worse. There's a good few players there we could pilfer. That's what we need to do, mate. We just need to go and raid Ajax. In all fairness, like, we can get them because they're not that highly priced because they can't really keep hold of those players. And, you know, there's a certain limit. They're not selling players for £100 million and stuff like that, guys. They just can't. There's a limit there. They're either going to just like anger the player and then the player's going to leave on a free or later on for less money. So they do have to do a deal at some point, which is why you can sign players like Donny van der Beek for 34 million. And, you know, that, like, compared to some of the other signings you see around the place, no huge signings usually coming from that direction. But, yeah, so we'll see, guys. It's going to be a fantastic season next season, just watching Ten Hag build the team. Now, when I say fantastic, I don't mean it's going to be successful, because I think it's going to take some time for us to get successful. But it's going to be interesting, at the very least, to see what he does. Is he going to make a stamp straight away and remove the captaincy from Slabby? Is he going to try and sell Slabby? Are we going to see all sorts of new great signings coming in and lots of bad players leave the football club? And is he going to shape the team? Are we going to play, I don't know, a 4-3-3 sort of attacking style? Are we going to play more like how we should be playing, how like his Ajax team play? Are we going to see a more total Dutch football style of play? That's what we all want to see. So it's going to be fun, at least, to see the transition from this absolute mess of a Manchester United side, which is what it is right now, an absolute garbage heap of a football team, to hopefully being a very decent side by the end of next season. It's going to take time, but hopefully we will get there, my friends. Hopefully we'll get there. By the way, my live chat is playing up as well. I think there's just issues. There's some gremlins in the system today. Hey there, Solo Tamua. What's going on with you, bud? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for getting in here, bro. He says, Ten Hag's Red Army. Get in there, my son. Red Army. Johnny M says, loud and clear. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thornton Heath, Danny, and everyone else. So Eric Ten Hag speaking ahead of, now he's getting on work. And he said that his focus is now on Manchester United. He said, yes, there will be a party. This was yesterday, by the way, as Quetta was speaking about after his time at Ajax. He says, yes, there'll be a party tomorrow with the entire staff, but then that will be it. I will not be joining them. That is correct. I think it's understandable. There's a lot of work to do at United. So he's at work at Manchester United, doing things behind the scenes now. And it's very important that he does get a leg up and sign some players and then get rid of a lot of the rubbish players we've got. Speaking of a rubbish player that we've got that we need to get rid of, or not that we need to get rid of because his contract's running down anyway and he's just about to go. But we have an update on Paul Pogba's situation. So this was from Fab this morning. Paul Pogba has no intentions to open discussions with Manchester City. As things stand, Juventus board will meet today. Pogba's agent with salary as key point. And he's also mentioned the PSG board already had direct contacts to discuss about Pogba. And he's part of the PSG list. That was from this morning. And then this afternoon, we got an update as well that says that the meeting's still ongoing between Paul Pogba's agents and Juventus in Turin as expected, with Raiola's group's lawyer, Raffaella Pimenta, taking care of the negotiations. Pogba has already turned down Man City approaches, while there's Paris Saint-Germain still in the race. So fair play to Pogba, turning down Manchester City, doesn't want to go and play for the rivals, and I respect him for that at the very least, because he could quite easily go and do that. It's then again, if Man City really want to pull Pogba, they're off the tree. I think it would just be to get a slight over on Manchester United, if anything, more than anything, because I don't see him doing fantastic things in a Pep Guardiola system, really, when there's so much work going on off the ball as much as there is on it. So, but there you go. I mean, Pogba to PSG makes the most sense in terms of finances. We do have some latest information as well in regards to Pogba's contract situation and the offer that is potentially on the table there from Juventus. So it's understood that Juventus are prepared to sort of break their current sort of salary cap at this moment in time, or their current limit that was being reported of about 160k a week yesterday, and they're prepared to offer higher. So we'll see if they can snag Paul Pogba. It's going to take quite a meaty offer. Let's face it, this guy's on 300k a week at Manchester United, and he could go and get something very similar, or if not more, at PSG if they really want him. So the ball's in Pogba's court here, really. If Juventus are going to have a proper strong offer here, it is going to have to, be towards the high end of what they can afford, I think, because Paul Pogba is on big, big money, and I don't think he's going to go anywhere for peanuts. But there is a meeting going on. Hashtag Pogba out. He looks like he's finally going to be going anyway in the summer. There are also some other inklings and some speculative reports saying that maybe Ten Hag would like to speak to Paul Pogba first and just maybe, talk about the situation with Pogba and assess the situation. But personally, I don't think we should do that. I think we should definitely get rid of Pogba. Let's get a cheeky little Pogba out or Pogba in. Any of you guys think Pogba should stay at Manchester United and Ten Hag should give him a chance? Maybe under a new system, new team, new manager, he might better do well. I don't think so, but do you? And anybody else, what do you think about Pogba maybe, going to Juventus or PSG? Let us know what you think. In, says Tala. Okay, fair enough. So what happens with Pogba now that Mino has passed? So Pogba's agency is dealing with it, which is essentially Mino's agency, right? So as you can see, it says here, actually, because of what's happened with Riola, it says Riola's group's lawyer, Rafaela Pimenta, is taking care of the negotiations. So I guess, Riola's agency group, or, he's obviously the one overseeing things, but maybe he's got a couple of people in there as well. I don't really know what sort of staff he had or anything like that, but it does seem like he at least had a lawyer, Rafael Pimenta, who's going to take care of negotiations on behalf of obviously the deceased Riola. So Paul Pogba still has an agent in that respect. He still has the agency behind him. It's just that obviously Riola himself is passed. That's as I understand it. That's why I understand it. It seems like he's still being represented by the people who were around and supporting Mino Riola. Just finding someone to pay the wages. That's it, small man. Who's going to pay that money for him? Big question. Out, says Nosy Bonk. Definitely out, says Jonathan Gallagher. Hey, King Kenny, I'm all right, mate. How's you doing? Thanks for getting in, dude. Ian Dawn says, sooner Pogba goes out, the sooner we can stop talking about him. Great shout. It's been a bad era at the club for Pogba, unfortunately, and it will be nice just to get a fresh era on the go. It's not like we never wanted Paul Pogba to work out United. We paid 89 mil for him. We had a lot of expectations and a lot of hope when we signed Paul Pogba. Unfortunately, that hope shat the bed pretty quickly. And unfortunately, even over the last couple of seasons, it just got worse and worse, really. Man United Hodge says, get out my club now. Hey, Ellie, how have you been? Hope you're doing well. Great to see you in. What's going on? How you doing? She says out as well. Yeah, Pogba out. He is an absolute melter, isn't he? Eddie, great to see you. Thanks for joining us. What a legend. Gungshi says, depends on what Pogba and Ten Hag want. I don't want Pogba to stay if he's not committed, says Gungshi. Yeah, fair play. And will he even be... We know that he's kind of not committed, though, really, because of some of the things he said recently. I mean, just the fact that he is wanting to talk to all these other clubs at this moment in time and is talking to these other clubs. Okay, he's just testing free agency, I suppose. Dip your toe in, see what offers are around there. But ultimately, where's the negotiations and the offers with Manchester United? We have had discussions recently in the past. They couldn't agree on anything. So, well, he obviously doesn't want to play for Manchester United anymore, I don't think. And maybe I can understand that from his point of view. It doesn't really make sense. This is a rebuilding era now at United. He's not going to win anything necessarily. So it makes sense for him to go and try and win something in Serie A or the French League, where he's pretty much more or less guaranteed to win stuff. If you play for PSG, you're going to get that Farmers League trophy every single year. So good afternoon there, Talk MU. What's going on? Hello, Pro. Yes, get to that, you Don. Absolute legend getting in. What's happening, dude? Paul says, as well as Martial, Rashford. Well, okay, Paul. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I want to see what Ten Hag can do with Rashi first, but okay, fair play. You might be onto something there. If he continues as he's been this season, then it'll be out the door, sunshine. Nobody wants to any part of what Rashford's been doing this season. The head's gone. The performance has not been there, so I couldn't agree more. So there you go, guys. Paul Pogba's situation is looking likely that he is going to be leaving Manchester United. Offer on the table from Juventus. There will be an offer on the table, it's understood, there from Paris Saint-Germain as well. Pogba turned down approaches from Man City already. So we do have probably a high expectation that he's going to join either Juventus or PSG at this stage. Still an outside chance, maybe Real or someone like that would come in. I suppose maybe even he could sign for Burnley. Who knows? If there's no offers on the table for Paul Pogba, maybe he has to go and get the player manager job or do something over at Burnley. I don't know, but that's it. It depends who's got the offers on the table. If Juventus aren't prepared to offer more than 160k a week, and neither are PSG, and they're not interested, well, Pogba's going to have to lower his expectations somewhat. And there is even some talks that maybe United could be, if that was the situation, could be lured into making a low offer. But look, I don't really think we should try and keep hold of Paul Pogba at this stage. I think his time at United's done. We actually have got the opportunity to get rid of him now and just cut our losses, and that's it. He's gone and start afresh. We shouldn't give up that opportunity, because 6 years of mediocrity now, 6 years of gashed mediocrity, barely leading a bloody sweat, never mind the team out there. And struggling to really get going on a consistent basis. It's time to go for Paul Pogba. See you later on, son. Thanks for the memories, of which there are few. But, you know, I mean, I think this guy's had more different haircuts than he has great match-winning performances for Manchester United in that 6 years. Hasn't he? He's had great match-winning haircuts, but not many great match-winning performances. Some, he's got 4 assists against Leeds, start of the season. That was great. Who remembers that City game when we were 2-0 down and he's changed the game in the second half? We won 3-2. Banging performance by Paul Pogba. Yeah, nice. Stick me out there in the United shirt once on a freaking occasion. I'll pop up and score you a fucking cheeky little goal or two. It'll be very, very occasionally. But hey, look, that's how football works, guys. Sometimes you perform, and the beauties of the top players, what makes them so good is they perform on a regular basis. They're so consistent, and they get the best out of themselves regularly, you know? That's what makes them so good. So the fact that you can do it occasionally doesn't impress me. He's always been that occasion player. He does it on occasion. Never does it week to week. Never does it consistently. So, you know, I think if you put Phil Jones out there in Pogba's position occasionally, he'd have a great game. You know, it's just how it goes. It's just how it goes. Everyone's entitled to a good game here and there, but it's about doing it regularly. That's what separates the top players from the good players and the good players from the gash players. Pogba to Norwich, says Johnny M. Where are you, Pogba? Let's be having you. Yeah, 6 seasons of mediocrity won't be missed, says Rushy. Dennis Johnson says, Pig, you hit the nail on the head with the haircuts. Yeah, well, if you think about it, he has had a lot of haircuts and not so many match winners. G-Wolf United, hey, what's going on, man? He says, hey, dude, you just busted your hand punching your headboard. Why would you do that, G-Wolf United, mate? Holy shit. I hope your hand's okay, mate. Bloody hell. What, did you have a nightmare or something? Crikey, dude. Flash sale to Newcastle. Buy one, get one free, says Small Man. Oh, that sounds like a good plan, mate. Set up the old wallpaper table. Flog them off at the end of your house. Julian has been a member for 6 months of the channel. Thank you for the highlighted member comment, Julian, dude. Thank you very much, boss. He says, we need to clear out and let Ten Hag build the team with the players like Ajax had in those Champions League runs. Young, motivated, and technical. Let the stars go, says Julian. Great shout there, Julian, man. Thank you so much for your highlighted member comment and being a member for 6 months of this channel. Let's get a hashtag 6 months and a sue in there. I agree, man. That's it. Ten Hag build the team with the players like Ajax had in those Champions League runs. Young, motivated, and technical. Let the stars go. Taking the words right out of my mouth. Why waste our time with these aging players? And it's like there were some links yesterday, wasn't there, to Kante and stuff. Look, Kante's a great player. He would do a great job for you for a couple of seasons. But he's aging. His legs are getting on a bit. He's a bit injury prone these days. You know, he's still a fantastic player who would be good in the short term. But we've got to start thinking a little bit longer than short term now, peeps. We've got to sign the right sort of player, not just a player who's in the twilight of their career looking for a big payday. You know, who just happens to be available. You know, we've got to start going a different sort of caliber player. Somebody who is younger, who is hungry, who does have a point to prove, who's looking to maybe burst onto the scene and become one of the best players in the world, you know. So we're not going to find that by going and signing an aging older player. I do think Kante's an amazing player, but it's just I don't think we should go for that type of player right now. Not for big money, certainly not anyway. I mean, maybe a cheeky little Christian Eriksen on a signing on a free transfer would make sense. But not for big money for any older players. No, it's just Chelsea would be cashing in, looking to get Declan Rice or something. You know, we definitely should be looking at a younger, hungrier player, different caliber player now. We've got a bit of experience and age in the side. You've got dons like Cristiano Ronaldo around the gaff. We've got De Gea, Varane. You know, there is some senior players, Bruno Fernandes. We just need to add a bit of youth and a bit of hunger and a bit of quality to this team. And hopefully it'll be really good. Harry Maguire's in here, says Pogba's a really good dancer. Well, Harry Maguire, at least that's one thing more than what you are, Slabby Maguire, which is an absolute gash up, son. Thank you for subscribing there, Kazoom. I really appreciate it. Appreciate you, Kazoom, for hitting that subscribe button. If you're new, do what Kazoom's done and smash the old subscribe. Okay, so Erik Ten Hag, this is what he said in regards to Manchester United missing out on Champions League football. He said it's painful for United, but also for me. It's a competition I'm going to miss incredibly, but working in the Premier League makes up for it a lot. And hopefully he'll get us back there next year, guys. So he's obviously a bit sad we don't have Champions League football. As we reported as well, guys, lots of info coming in about Jurrien Timber. So we're just going to get onto some of the transfer news and stuff now in regards to links to Ten Hag. So he's already said that he wants to keep Cristiano Ronaldo at the club. So speaking to the Telegraph, he says, of course, I'd love to keep him. He's been very important to United this year and can produce great stats. So definitely wants to keep Cristiano Ronaldo, which is great. In terms of other players, he's building... it's understood that Erik Ten Hag's looking to build Manchester United around young players as well. He wants a new look, young, fresh side. So players like Paul Pogba, Juan Mata, Jesse Lingard, Lee Grant, Eddie Cavani, all these guys... Matic, they're all going to be going, guys. And we need to get some new, young, hungry players in there. We do have some younger players who, who are still in question as whether or not they'll be here because they're not good enough in a lot of ways. People like Tony Martial, people like, when I say young, I don't mean that young, but Tony Martial's mid-20s, Eric Bailly, you got Harry Maguire. Some guys are in their actual primes here, actually, and they might not be here. So we have to spend well if we do replace any of these guys. And get hungry players, get good players. But the reports that we're seeing suggest that people like Jadon Sancho, Anthony Elanga, etc., will be given really, really good opportunities in the team because they're, young and hungry players who've shown a lot this season, which is what we could only really go on. It's the recent form of these players. Yeah, Rashford was good for us previously, but he's got to prove himself to us, and he's got to prove himself to Erik Ten Hag if he's going to get game time, if he's going to get in there. Who knows? There might be an offer comes in the summer from PSG for Rashi for 80 mil, and Ten Hag might go, you know what, this guy's a bit bang average in trading. That's it. I'm going to go and cash in and go and buy somebody who I actually want. You just don't know what's going to happen between now and the end of the season, summer window. So there you go. But certainly young players should be coming through under Ten Hag. People like given opportunities to Shoretire, Garnacho, of course, Mejbri, Alvaro Fernandez. We're expecting that some of these players are going to be given chances. Ghana may be given some chances next season under Ten Hag as well. So it's not going to be full recruitment. It's not going to be totally going out there getting loads and loads of signings, like 10 signings or anything like that. But, 5 signings, maybe 4 signings, and then bring a few of these young talents through as well. Okay, so let me just get into the latest news then, guys. That is transfer news. Thank you, everyone who's in here. Smash that like button if you haven't done. Get yourself involved with the chat by subscribing. You only need to be subscribed for 1 minute to discuss the latest info. We've got some info that Chelsea are actually planning contract talks with N'Golo Kante now as well anyway. So we're talking about Kante a little bit while ago. It's obviously just a speculative kind of BS link. I think it's just sort of used. It's out there to maybe get a better contract extension deal for N'Golo Kante at Chelsea, but understand that there's going to be discussions going on there as well. And they may look to cash in if they want to get a new midfielder. They think that they can get some money for this guy now rather than just let him go in the future for Nout. Then maybe it does make sense for them if that's what they want to do. Yeah, looks like Graven Birch is going to Bayern, doesn't it? There, Ian Dawn, absolutely. Yes, a shame because he would have been an option as well over at Ajax. Let me just go and check out a couple of things that Matty Rushmano has sent me very quickly. Yeah, so Ten Hag plans to continue working behind the scenes on recruitment for next season as well. And he's also, absolutely left the door open to stars such as Anthony and Jurrien Timber. This is what he said about Anthony and Jurrien Timber. He said, I think all the top clubs have Timber in their sight. If Anthony would go, it would be a blow for Ajax because of their current squad. There is nobody to replace him. Also, Timber's versatility is what's understood to be important to Manchester United because he's obviously can play centre-back and he can play right-back as well. And we have an update in regards to Anthony as well. Another quote from him. He says, if Anthony were to go, it'd be a loss for Ajax. He is top class. So, in regards to Anthony, that's it. It does seem like, guys, that he's setting the play field to be maybe we go after these couple of Ajax players. We discussed it a couple of weeks ago. The 2 likeliest players that he would go and get from Ajax would be Anthony and Timber. The reason for that is, well, the prices of these players would not be astronomical. They're both young. One's 22, one's 20. They're both exciting players. They're both what we need in terms of positions and improvements in the side. We've got a Brazilian 22-year-old international there who would be, fantastic, I think, in terms of like challenging the likes of Sancho over on that side. Maybe depending on what side Sancho's playing on as well. But just either of the wings, giving us options there. We do have Diallo coming back, but I think it's fair to say Martial's kind of jaded at Manchester United. Maybe you'll see Ten Hag give him a chance as well. Rashford's kind of jaded at Manchester United. I don't really know what's going on with those guys right now. I don't think we can depend on them. We hope that they can maybe fight into the team and prove themselves for Erik ten Hag, and he will actually want to play them and not sell them. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think certainly Martial may be on his way this summer to try and make way for some other players. Rashford's a question mark. I think he will stay. Personally, I think Ten Hag will want to keep that asset at the club and try and get the best out of him, at least try. And I think Manchester United board and everybody at the football club, the fans, most of the fans as well, would want Rashford to stay and try and at least have a go at getting back on track, because let's face it, man born and bred, couple of seasons ago, absolutely brilliant. Just this season, terrible. But last season was fantastic. Season before that, fantastic. Progressing really nicely. It's just absolutely shut the bed this year. And let's have a little keep or sell Marcus Rashford in the live chat then, peeps. Let's have a vote. Let's have a little vote. Will he stay? Yeah, just keep or sell. Keep or sell, guys. Let me know what you think. James Whelan says keep. Hey, I will be streaming tonight. Mason Gaming. Keep says Last Avenger. Rashford out says Gaming Sim. Oh, Gaming Sim going in there raw land with the Rashford out. Shomafor says sell Rashford. Martial to Liverpool. Keep Ronaldo for 4 more years. Nice. So a lot of you people gone off Rashford a little bit. Oh, Rushmano says Bale confirms he's leaving Real Madrid. Wow, interesting as well. Okay, nice. Interesting. He's going to Cardiff, is he? Is he going to Cardiff City? Going to Cardiff City, but... Sell says YouTube. Sell Rashford says Johnny. Sell says JR. Sell says Reese. Sell says Ronan. Sell says Vincent Bullen. Wow. Okay, well, a lot of the fan base want to get rid of Marcus Rashford, it seems. A lot of you do want to keep as well. Rajon, Obizi, Rushy. Listen, hear me out, guys. This is my explanation as to why I think it makes a lot of sense for Manchester United to keep Rashford. He's a great homegrown player. We've seen him burst through under, Louis van Gaal, giving him opportunities. 18 years of age, scoring goals consistently through the seasons, progressing, getting a lot of decent statistics the 2 previous seasons before this one. And I think he's homegrown as well, English player. He's young, 24, 25, and coming into his prime. I think we would be foolish to just chuck him away right now. He may well turn out to be another Danny Welbeck or another Tom Cleverley. But until he actually 100% does, it'll be foolish to let him go and maybe go and revitalise himself somewhere else and be a star quality player. He has the potential. That's the thing. Go back a few years ago, guys. Go back 2-3 years. It was Haaland. It was Mbappe, and people talk about Rashford in the same sort of ilk. People were saying, "Hey, look, this is going to be one of the next best forward players in world football." Unfortunately, this season it has been an absolute bloody nightmare, and it's imploded. But come on, let's not throw away that potential. He's still got potential. He just needs to find himself again. Hopefully, Ten Hag can sort him out. But he has been poor this season. You can't defend his performances this season. But under a new manager with a new approach, who knows what can happen for Marcus Rashford. He could get back on track. So I'm not going to write him off just yet, guys. I think that at the very least, you've got to give him some chances between now and Christmas. There will be a bunch of clubs interested in him if he was to go. But, we're not even going to... I personally don't think we're going to sell him. Unless a big offer did come in this summer from PSG or somebody who was really interested, I don't think United are desperate to sell the guy. Before Ronaldo, Rashford scored 40 goals in 2 seasons under Ollie. Exactly, Shomafor. Exactly, he was on track to being one of the best. But now, if you look at where the likes of these other top players that we were talking about, like Haaland and Mbappe and all those guys, they're so much further developed now. They've gone on and done some great stuff. But there was a time just a few years ago when it was when they were teenagers. Rashford and these guys, they're all being talked about in the same sentence. And rightfully so, because Rashford was a very exciting young player and was certainly progressing and looking like he was going to go do some great things. It's just this one season has been absolutely terrible for him. But certainly, it's a shame because he's been left behind massively by the likes of those guys. Yeah. Ulf793, how's it going? Alejandro C, thank you for subscribing, my son. Ulf793 says it makes no sense. He has no respect for your club, the massive mouth. He's stuck the middle finger up to every Man U fan. Forget football. He's a shite, says Ulf793. Nice one, mate. Love your comment there, bro. Tony says, no, bro, you're wrong. He is inconsistent, just above Pogba. We'll see. We'll see about that. I personally disagree with you, mate. I personally disagree. I think he's done more. If you look at the previous 2 seasons, from his perspective, what he can do as a young player, people keep forgetting. People got short memories, guys. People got very short memories when it comes to football. This season's been terrible for Rashford. You can't defend that. You can't defend that, guys. Remember, he's only 24. He's had 46 caps already for England with 12 goals, but he plays as a left winger predominantly, right? So just think about that. 46 caps for England already, and he's not even in the setup at the moment because he's shit in the bed this season. But previously, that's how he was featured and heavily regarded in the England national team. This season, he's only got 4 goals and 2 assists in 25 games. That's pitiful. Last season, he had 11 assists and 11 goals in 37 Premier League games. 22 goal contribution in 37 game season in the Prem. Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. The season before, 9 assists and 17 goals in just 31 Premier League games. So that is a goal contribution of 26 goals in 31 games. So let's not pretend like Rashford wasn't the tits just a little while ago. Rashford as a young player was doing just fine. It's just this season he has absolutely imploded. You can't really deny it. Something's gone in his head. Has he got off the field things that are taking more time, taking up more interest for him? Is it to do with some of these the politics and all the stuff that he's got going on outside of football? Is that affecting him? Well, it seems like maybe it would be a coincidence if not, but it does seem to tie in. So don't know what's going on there, but Rashford needs to get himself back on track. He was a great player for us. He's not been good enough this season. People are very quick to just write players off. I mean, I'm going to be honest now, guys. I'm just going to lay this. Everybody's got their own opinion on this, but I'm just going to lay the smackdown on you real quick. I don't know how anybody can just chuck Rashford away like that. Any United fans, a year or two ago, you're singing, oh, he's mank, born and bred and all this. And now it's like, oh, fuck off, Rashford. Just because you've had one dodgy season, mate. Even though loads of other players in the team have had real dodgy seasons as well. I don't really get the mentality. Let's give him a fucking chance. Let's give him a hug. Let's put our arm around him, try and save him. He's not proven 100% to be gash yet for us. He's just had a terrible season like almost everybody in the squad. Luke Shaw was Shawberto Carlos last season. Now he's a Frey Bentos Python stuffer. What the fuck's going on there? There's loads of... Aaron Wan-Bissaka was an absolute spider for us last season. This season, he's a tiny little tiddly fucking money spider, mate, that's down the spout. It's just... This whole season's been rotten. The whole season's been rotten. So in my opinion... We need to give Rashford a chance. We need to let this guy, have a chance under Ten Hag. Otherwise, we could lose out on a really good player. And what are we doing? What are we doing by just not... We're just going to chuck him away. Fire Up says, I never liked Rashford. Not good enough for United, says Fire Up. We have a lot of injuries again. That's another point, Jono. We did have an injury in that time too. Gaming Sim says 2 years, Piggy's been crap since pre-COVID. Sentimentality is why we're heading for the Conference League. Couldn't disagree more with you, Gaming Sim, lad. I've got to be honest. 2 years, that's not what the statistics say. That might be your opinion, but statistically, I'd say that if you get 22 goal contributions in 37 league games last season from a wide player who's 23, I'd say that's pretty fucking good. I think you might have to lower your expectations, sir, because this is not Sir Alex Ferguson, Manchester United right now. We have to build back up to where we've got to go. We've got to get back to being that United side. Yeah, but that's going to take 5 years, mate. We actually need players like Rashford at 24 years of age who are, homegrown players, who are mank players as well. But as part of this team, we don't want to get rid of all the life and soul and lifeblood of this football club, in my opinion. So, look, that's it. Football's different opinions, but I couldn't disagree more with you. I thought he was great last season. He was great this season before. Solskjaer ran and ragged last season as well, and he was playing with an injury and all this stuff. He still managed to get 22 goal contributions in 37 league games. So, I just couldn't disagree more about the last 2 years. I think in the last year, he's been terrible, and I'll say as much. But that's one bad season. Can he revitalise himself? That's the question. I'm prepared to give them time to find out. I think it'd be foolish to let this guy go at this stage without giving him a proper chance. Dutch Christ, thank you very much for getting in here with your highlighted member comment, mate. Who is this? I don't know. Somebody's changed their name to Dutch Christ, but I like it. Thank you, Dutch Christ, for joining, mate. What a legend. Member of the Bacon and Egg Brigade for 13 months. Let's get a hashtag 13 in there. Comments, what's this? David Neres quotes he's put in the chat. Ten Hag moaned about my hair. I told him to take care of his own hair, and I would take care of mine. He benched me for the next 2 games. Quality, mate. That's it. Don't talk back to Ten Hag. He'll lay off the smack of down. What's going on there, Vincent Bullock, you don? Yeah. There's a guy from Frankfurt United wanted my thing, says Luke S. How are you doing? I'm not too bad, Batman Knight fan. All good, mate. Was the Lingard-Maguire fight rumour true, says Licky T? I don't know, mate. I've heard that maybe Scotty McTominay was involved. I don't know. Anybody heard any more revelations onto who it actually was? Yeah, Rushmonier says Dutch Christ. The goat is staying, baby, says JR. I mean, there's a lot of debate. There's a lot of split. I mean, I think maybe we did a vote the other day, and I think over 50% of United fans wanted to get rid of Rashford. So I understand it, but I just don't get it myself as to why we would just discard him so quickly. He's had one bad season. He didn't have a bad season last season at all. He had a good season, So and the season before that was absolutely brilliant. So I just don't get the criticism. I mean, there's lots of players in the team. How about we all say fuck off, to like Fred and Scott McTominay and all of these players who are absolutely fucking gash as well. Okay, the attitude from Fred is great, and the battle from Scott McTominay is great, but is that enough really? We need some fucking quality in this team, man. If we're really wanting to try and get back and set in a high standard, then I'm sorry, those sorts of players don't cut it either. Rushmano says we got 115 likes on this video. Thank you so much for the like count. Everyone, we got 115 likes. Please keep smashing that like button. Let's see if we can get 150. Help us compete with the clickbait merchants and the corporation channels by dropping that thumbs up on it. Hey, Mixed Mitchell, it has been a while, mate. How you getting on, dude? Been a while since I caught you live. Hope you're good. Yeah, I'm all good. Thank you, Mixed Mitchell, mate. Not too shabby, mate. All the better for seeing you, dear. What's going on, man? Yeah, under a decent manager, he'll do well. Spot on, Luke. Yeah, spot on. Listen, the old adage is true. Form is temporary, class is permanent. And I do think that he was on the right track. He's just had a derailment season. It does happen sometimes, guys. And a player can get back on track. You could just quite easily go on and be, Danny Welbeck or Cleverly for United. But I'm prepared to give him that chance anyway. I do have a bit of time for Rashford, to be fair. You need players that will unify your dressing rooms, not needle like it Gashford does, says 0793. I mean, that's all speculation, though, needling it. How's he needling it, mate? What do you mean? I mean, okay, he's had his head down this season. He's had a lot. I think he's got some personal issues going on. That's what I think. I think he's something not right mentally with the guy. Off the pitch, you're absolutely right about that. But look, you can see the players, have gotten many a funk throughout their career where they have a bad season or a bad spell, and they can turn it around and, revitalise themselves. It does happen. Jack Newman says, Manchester United have reached a verbal agreement with Jurriën Timber. Nice, Jack Newman. Yeah, we spoke about this earlier on. Thank you very much for getting in the chat. Fred's been good, says Eamon Barrett. My goodness me. I mean, Fred has been good for under Rangnick, right? He's played pretty well. Has he really? I mean, fuck me. He's had a couple of good games. He's had a few good games this season. He's been okay. Is that really what we're accepting these days? You know what I mean? That's it. All I'm saying is, if you're going to have it for one player, you better do it for another, because Fred's not the United standard either. Rashford may not be either, but it's like, crikey, really, these players are not up to the standard either of them. I'm sorry to say. Don't even come at me with Fred, so, okay, he's got the greatest. He is a good character. I like Fred. I'm not saying get rid of Fred. He's a good squad player. But that's all he is a squad player. He's not an actual midfield starter for Manchester United in these top games and these top tussles, in my opinion. No, I'm sorry to say, but that's my opinion, and you've got yours, and that's why that's why the world is so brilliant, because everyone's different. You know what I'm saying? But I do think we need to it's not just about, it's all well and good having mentality. Yeah, okay, Scott McTominay's a great battler. Scott McTominay, has got passion, but he's shit. You know what I'm saying, guys? You've got to have both at United. That's the key. You've got to have the character and you've got to have the quality. And if you don't have both, then you're never going to make it. You're never going to survive at Manchester United. Hey, get in there, Mixed Mitchell. Thank you so much, really, for getting in here with the hashtag 3 months a member. Bacon and Egg Brigade member, Mixed Mitchell, thank you very much. 3 months gone by already, man. That's bloody awesome. What a legend, mate. Can we get a hashtag 3 months to the live chat? Mixed Mitchell, thank you very much, bro, for supporting the show. He says 3 months already. Appreciate that, Mitchell. Nice one. Thank you for getting back in here today as well, you legend. Right, hang on a sec. We got a bit more information just coming through. We got a De Jong update. Been told from close sources that Man United is trying to do everything to get De Jong in the summer. Ten Hag wants him. The club is verifying the financial package. Talks have taken place, but Xavi definitely won't let him go. So this is reporter Florian Plettenberg for Sky Sports. So this is from Sky Sports in Germany, Sky Sports DE, reporting that close sources at Man United are trying everything they can do to get De Jong in this summer. We've got some quotes on Frankie de Jong in regards to Ten Hag. Ten Hag says, hey, Ten Hag, it was a great time at Ajax in which you have shown results with attractive football. You have proven yourself as a top trainer. You deserve this step. I want to wish you good luck and the best regards. Is that a message from Frankie de Jong to Ten Hag on social media? When was that one, do you know there, Rashmano? Gareth Bale's agent, Jonathan Barnett, confirmed Gareth will leave Real Madrid. His return to English football is likely, I think, but his future now depends on Wales and their playoff games for the World Cup. He told the record in Portugal. Interesting. So Bale's agent confirms he's going. Would anybody take Bale at United? Smash a 1 if you would. Smash a 2 if you wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't. No way. 5 years ago, before he went to Real Madrid, yes. That's exactly who we should have got. Exactly who we should have got before he went to Real Madrid. But not now. Not now. He's absolutely injury-prone, Mel. And he's just going to be playing like all the golf courses and not really giving a shite. Flabby would have had him. Chai-Man says no. David Lee says no. Susan says no. Batman says no. Bale to United. Here we go, says Matthew. I think the most realistic thing, actually, is, he does go to a lower league, Premier League club. Yeah, it makes sense. Even talks of, there's some reports out that maybe Cardiff City would be a destination. Now, I don't know if they could afford to pay Gareth Bale, but if he wants to go there for a passion project, then it'd be great. Yeah, not now, Gungshi. Yeah, not now, Gungshi. Even Gungshi, a proud Welshman, knows that now, really, time is not the right time for Bale, Previously, he would have been a great player. He's Wales' greatest ever player, in my opinion. But, yeah, so it would have made sense, but not now, mate. I agree with that one. Okay, so, yeah, nice one. Thank you very much there, Rushman. And lots of players saying thank you to Ten Hag during their time at Ajax. Oh, brilliant stuff. Okay. Nice one. So was that said just now, or recently, or at his time at Ajax? Sorry. But still, though, De Jong definitely got a lot of love and admiration for Erik Ten Hag. My bad. Sorry, I may have misread that there. But Barcelona midfielder Frankie De Jong is understood to still be, we don't know, have a definitive answer on what he wants to do, whether or not he wants to stay in Barcelona or if he wants to join United. If he's not feeling wanted there at Barca, though, and if he's not really going well for him, and obviously he's surplus to requirements. So let me just get on to Barcelona and the situation here, guys. So as it pertains to Barcelona and Lewandowski and De Jong and this sort of little love triangle we've got going on, because it does seem like it could be dependent on what other business they do. But it's looking kind of positive at this moment in time. The club are working on the fact that they have to improve the economic situation really at this moment in time. So if they're going to do that, they have to get rid of certain players. They've got certain contract renewals that are taking place as well that are being discussed right now, such as Gavi and all sorts of different people are being discussed. In the next few days, though, there will be direct contact between Barca and Bayern for Lewandowski. That's what the latest reports are from Spain. Barca wants to know that the starting price to advance in the presentation of the first offer. So you've basically got to just wait and see what goes on with Lewandowski the next couple of days. But it does seem like they're going to receive an offer for Lewandowski, Bayern that is, from Barca. And that's going to have some sort of an impact in what happens with the rest of the transfer window for them. But De Jong might be one of those players that has to make way in order to do that. Would be nice to get him in because he's a top player and it's exactly what we need, and he's a Ten Hag type player. Obviously he's a Ten Hag player, and if we've got Donny and him in the middle of the park, that's a Ten Hag midfield, and it's already a decent start. If you can get Timber and Anthony, no, we don't just want to take the whole of Ajax and take it to United, but I think it's important to have a good core, a good understanding, and if he feels like he can trust those players, then that's good. Schomerford says I won't take Ronaldo at Liverpool for $1 billion. He's that bad for team synergy, says Schomerford. Come on now. How can you say he's bad for team synergy when he's been involved in some of the best teams over the years, whether it's that Real Madrid team or that Manchester United team? I mean, Roy Keane speaks about his tenacity in the team and his drive and fight for the team. And I see that more than most. Okay, he is a bit of an individualist player in the terms of, he's up there, he's out there, he's trying to score the goals and everything. But if the team, I don't really see that being a problem personally. Look, Ronaldo is a great player. He'd be a great player for any team. But hey, fair enough, though. I mean, it has kind of disrupted the team at United this season when we signed him. I see what you're saying. Hi there, United Tactical Talk. How you doing? Bale to Newcastle, says Tony Mile. That'd be interesting as well. Bale to Everton makes sense, says GTL Red. Bale's worth at least 80 million, says Flabby G. CR7 and Bale, says Tony Mile. Hey, GTL Red, what is going on anyway? Legends joining us. Okay, so also, just a little bit of other news that have come through. We have Juventus understood to also be discussing De Ligt's future while talking in regards to Pogba's representatives as well. So Juventus reportedly speaking to the representatives of Paul Pogba today, obviously, and sometime this week they're understood to be looking at speaking to De Ligt as well, but their Juve president has said things such as this: De Ligt is our future and we cannot afford to lose him. Giorgio Chiellini's leaving the club, and Leonardo Bonucci is also not getting any younger. We need to start thinking about replacing them. And De Ligt has the quality to become a stalwart for us as well. So in terms of like maybe having discussions, contracts, talks, things like that with their player there, then, you know, that might happen this week as well. It's just another player that's linked to Ten Hag as well. That's the reason I'm talking about it, but it's not really big news, but there you go. Yeah, and also, as we said, Pogba may well speak to Ten Hag before finalising, fully decided on the future. This is from reports from the Telegraph as well, but we don't want him really, guys. We don't want him. He's talking, his agent's talking, or his agency is talking to Juventus right now, or today, or have done. And also, Sky in Germany reporting, though, that Manchester United have held talks with the reps of Ajax defender Jurriën Timber, who's also attracted interest from Bayern Munich. So it does look like the Timber situation is progressing really, really, really well, guys, according to Sky in Germany and various different places. Erik Ten Hag's obviously already started. Why do you think Erik Ten Hag's already come in early? He could have gone on a cheeky little holiday to the Dutch Antilles or something, or wherever the hell he was going to go. Sorry, one of those Dutch Caribbean islands, whatnot. He was going to go have a nice old time of it, get out the old Factor 100 for that dome of his, and just go and have a nice old beach holiday. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, fortunately, he's had to start work at Manchester United right away. Why is that, guys? Well, I think it's because he needs to oversee a couple of pretty rapid signings at Manchester United very, very quickly, particularly with players that he knows and working with Ajax and things like that. So Timber, Anthony, these are players that he's discussed here with these quotes and that are very much on the tips of the tongues of every Manchester United fan, that we would like to see these guys come in as great young prospects. So I think it would be fantastic to see these guys come in. So hopefully those two at least could be coming from Ajax this summer. Let me ask you guys, who do you think we sign from Ajax this summer? We might not do a huge amount of business elsewhere. We'll have to see what goes on. But in regards to actually doing business with Ajax, we've done business with Ajax previously, quite a lot of business with Ajax previously. And we've got a relationship there. Edwin's over there. They're going to help us out. You scratch our back, we'll scratch yours. We'll give you decent money for your players. You know, so it's one of those, like the door's open for us to sign almost anybody at Ajax, really, if we really wanted to. So, yeah, but I could just see, I personally think Anthony and Timber will be the ones. I don't really think anybody else. I don't think we'll get three of their players or anything like that. Yeah, there is a lot of work to do. Exactly, God's struggling. Yeah, Ten Hag's come in. There's so much work to do. He's got to sign players early. Got to get him in. No one pig from Ajax. You wouldn't take anybody, Vincent. That's harsh, mate. Timber, says Tony. Bring the kids through, says John O'Denton. That's a great shout. Also, we are going to do that too. You know, Ten Hag's all about that. That's what he's going to do. He's not going to stop doing that. I think he is going to give a couple of opportunities to youngsters. So right, let's just get onto some of the speculative sort of transfer news. So we've got the update on on Ten Hag and all that sort of stuff. Oh yes, here we go. Ajax FC. Thank you so much, Rushmano. So this was actually a message, right? Very, very much. Oh, nice. So Frankie de Jong did give a nice little good luck message to Erik Ten Hag. It's on the AFC Ajax Twitter, and you know, it's just it's a compilation with a whole bunch of other legends that or legends of the club like Edwin or other people that have played for Ajax, all in a nice compilation, just thanking Erik Ten Hag and giving him luck for the future. So that's released today at 4:25 by Ajax, and there are quotes in there from de Jong. Which, as we've said, thank you, Rushmano, getting bang on the case. This is what he said in the little video compilation message to Ten Hag. He said, "Hey, Ten Hag, it was a great time at Ajax in which you have shown results with attractive football. You have proven yourself as a top trainer, and you deserve this step. I want to wish you good luck and the best regards." So everybody else who's played for him has also sent him that nice little compilation message. So I wouldn't read too much into it, but it does seem like, you know, they've obviously got that great working relationship there, which just adds fuel to the fire. Oh, nice one, Lucas. Thank you for tagging me on it on Twitter, mate. Legend, dude. Oh, good man. Okay, guys. Right, I'm going to get into some of the speculative transfer info very quickly. Then we're going to get into the live chat for a big Q&A. 133 likes. Nice one, Rushy. We're on our way to 150. Can we do it? Let's be having you. And we've got a lot of legends in here. Can we get a Scooby sit down and go, Laggy? Wait, that didn't work. Laggy. I can't do it now, guys. What's going on? I think it's because I've got a sore throat piece. That's a little bit better. Okay. Sources close to Darwin Núñez can be say that he can be got for around 60 million euros, which is below what previous figures have been quoted and thrown around. This is via David Ornstein. It's generating a lot of interest from different clubs around as well. So Darwin Núñez still a target for us, supposedly. And hopefully at this moment we could get him for a little bit less than the 80 or 90 million euros that was previously talked about. This is what the Athletic David Ornstein were reporting anyway, which, for 60 million euros, around about 50 million pounds. That represents a much better deal and a much better situation for Manchester United to go and invest in our forward player. We are going to have a budget this season, quite a big budget, because a lot of players have gone out. We've saved a lot on wages as well. They're going to spend somewhere in the region of at least 100 to 150, maybe even more than that this summer. But certainly it isn't a never-ending resource there we've got, and we're going to have to fund some of our transfers from getting rid of players. So Darwin Núñez, though, for 50 million quid, if you could get him, would be an amazing signing. If Ten Hag could get that one wrapped up soon, I'd be feeling much more positive about the season. 22 years of age, natural-born goal scorer, great creator as well. And from what I've seen, and I haven't seen all that much, but from what I've seen, looks like a fantastic addition to this squad. Somebody that could be hungry and ready for the rough and tumble of the Premier League. So definitely a good signing, definitely a good option, especially for 50 million at this stage. And then you look at who else we could go and get in other positions. Well, we can't spend 50 or 60 million pounds on every single player. So that's where players like Timber come in. That's where players like maybe Christian Eriksen would come in to be a replacement for the likes of Mata and Lingy. So we have to see what other business can be done. But Darwin Núñez is still on the lips of people at the club. And we are trying to get something going for Darwin Núñez behind the scenes, it looks like. Also, there's still links with us and Victor Osimhen. So Victor Osimhen is another forward player, Napoli striker, that is being linked heavily with Ten Hag for his attacking style and his options ahead of his first season. According to different outlets, United are leading the race to sign him. But they would want a lot of money for him again. So again, probably not necessarily the most likely to happen, but there are some reports and links that are coming out there. Also, in regards to Harry Kane hints at Tottenham's Hotspur stay under Antonio Conte. So striker Harry Kane has hinted that he's prepared to stay at the club so long as Antonio Conte's in charge. And I guess if he maybe gets top four. Thing is, with Harry Kane and Son and these players, we've gone on about it so many times. What are they doing there at Tottenham Hotspur? They're so much better than that. They can win some stuff. I know there's loyalty in this game, and loyalty is few and far between these days, and it's nice that they're loyal. But at the same time, man, come on. You're going to waste away your career and be another Stevie Gerrard if you're not careful, and not even... at least he won the Champions League as well, and not even win anything. So Harry Kane's got to go to somewhere else this summer. And Son Heung-min, in my opinion, should be looking to go somewhere else too. Even if they get Champions League football, guys. Because there's just a limit there. But hey, look, fair enough. Loyalty is pretty fantastic. And Levy won't let them go. Says, well, Son just signed a new bloody contract last summer, didn't he? So they seem quite content and quite happy to stay. Kruko1 says, yes, big man, tuned in late, going to watch from the start. Thank you very much. He says, smash the like. Thank you, Kruko1. Thank you for doing that. Do drop a thumbs up. Let's get 150 and get your thoughts and opinions in the chat. Nice one, K-File. Right, okay, let's get on to the rest of the news here then. A couple of little other bits we've got. So Man United working on Frankie de Jong, which we understand that we are trying to do everything in our power to get him at this moment in time, but it does depend on Barcelona and what they do with the Lewandowski situation and any other sort of contracts and works they've got to do behind the scenes as well. Barcelona are understood to want at least 80 to 85 million euros as well for de Jong today. This is from Fabrizio Romano. Xavi will do everything to keep him, but it will depend on the club's financial situation. Again, they won't get that much for him, but that's a lot of money that they're looking for Frankie de Jong. I don't think they'll get that much. But there is a deal to be done here. People are saying, why would de Jong want to go to United? We've got Ten Hag. That's a big reason alone. We've got Ten Hag's coming. He's got that relationship with de Jong. We're also a huge club. Yeah, we don't have Champions League football, but we will be back. So we can sign these good top players, I think. Okay, guys, I'm going to get into the live chat now. Thank you, everyone, for listening to me waffle for all this time. You're a bunch of legends. Just quickly, I'm going to give a quick rundown of what we've discussed so you guys can get at it with your topics in the Q&A here at the end. But basically, this is all we've discussed in this video. So Ten Hag's come in. He's begun work, of course, behind the scenes at United with recruitment and things like this. He said that he had choices to work at different clubs with a better foundation, but he chose United. Things have to get addressed there, and that's a challenge. The club and me are on the same wavelength about how I want to do this. So he's got freedoms. He's got the ability, hopefully, to have a lot of different roles within Manchester United Football Club. So he is going to have some say in things like recruitment, signing, youth network, youth development, and all the rest of it that's very important. Hopefully, they've given him these assurances. It sounds like they have from what he said. Also, he's speaking on Ronaldo. He said that Ronaldo's a giant because of what he's already done. what he's already shown. I think he's still very ambitious. Of course, I would like to keep him. He's been very important to Manchester United this year and can produce great statistics. So no signs there from Erik ten Hag that he wants to get rid of Ronaldo. Yeah, I would take Mukele Jack Newman for 20 million. Absolutely, bro. So Erik ten Hag is wanting to keep Ronaldo. He's quoted as saying that, and that's big news, guys. That's good news. In regards to Timber as well, looks like we got Timber potentially could be one of Erik ten Hag's first signings at this club. This is what ten Hag said about a potential Manchester United deal for Jurrien Timber at Ajax. He said, I think all the top clubs have Timber in their sights. So, you know, and he also went on to say that, you know, he's a great player, but he also said Anthony, if Anthony would go, it would be a blow for Ajax because in their current squad, there is nobody to replace him. So definite heavy links, especially with Jurrien Timber, and actual reports coming out today that Manchester United are actually in talks with and have maybe even reached some sort of verbal agreement with Ajax and player as well for Jurrien Timber. So we'll give you that as more when it comes out, but at the moment looking positive for Jurrien Timber. Pogba is currently, his agent is in Turin, and they are discussing a contract, possibly of him going back to Juventus there. Still an offer expected to be put on the table by PSG. Still unknown whether or not United will try and compete. Hopefully not. But that's basically it, guys. That's basically the news. Oh, and we've also got this bit of information as well, which is just that Mitchell van der Gaag and Steve McClaren will be part of the new Man United coaching staff. Confirmed. Full agreement at final stages and set to be signed with both of them. So things are happening at the club. Mitchell van der Gaag coming in with Ten Hag, and we've got Steve McClaren, the old link, there as well with the dodgy Dutch accent. You know, he's coming in there as well. I wonder if that's how he speaks behind the scenes to them, though, guys. You know, bearing in mind they're Dutch, just to make it a little bit easier for them. Do you think he's doing that fake Dutch accent behind the scenes? He's like, Eric, I think we should put Schlabby Maguire in today. You know, hopefully not. Good morning there, Luan France. How you doing? Happy Monday. Rushmana says Timber, Phillips, FDJ, Nunez. Dan McGill says, I have breaking news on Pogba. Why did we report these? In fact, a Muppet. Wally with a brolly. Yeah, we get the Wally with a brolly in there, but assassin. Get in, Viking Red. New times, though, guys. Right, okay, that's all the latest stories then. I'm going to get into the live chat.
But instead of talking about the manager, let's talk about the player.
Okay, I didn't actually mean to click that, but hey, look, let's talk about it. It's actually kind of appropriate. Let's talk about the players. Let's talk about the situation. Everyone, thanks for joining. Viking Red, Dan McGill, Jonathan, T Killer, and everyone, drop the like on the vid. Have your say. Hit the sub up. You only need to be subbed for 1 minute to chat, so have your say. Let's have a Q&A for a little bit. You can guarantee my last cent. No other European club will touch Ronaldo, says Shomafall. I don't know, mate. Why is that then? You don't think Bayern Munich would want Ronaldo's goals in the Champions League and in the Bundesliga? Of course they would. I think that PSG, if given the opportunity, would be interested in taking him just to form some sort of insane Galactico team. And maybe even if they got rid of Mbappe, you could see the likeliness of that being a lot higher as well. Look, he's still good enough for a season or two, lad. He is still good enough, trust. Look at what Ronaldo's done for a bad Man United team. Swap Pogba for De Ligt, says T-Killer. Unfortunately, Pogba's got no value for us because his contract's running out and he's a free. Otherwise, we'd love to do that. But yeah, I sort of see what you said. We should try and sign De Ligt. Tony Mars has bench Maguire this season and sell him next season. Just don't want to see his face wearing Man United shirt. I'm with you. I don't think he's good enough for us either. But at the very least, what I want Ten Hag to do when he does come in, which he has now, is I hope he does strip Harry Maguire of the captaincy, give it to someone else. Yeah, great feelings about Ten Hag, says Viking Red. Oh, nice one, Rushmano. Shomafall says $500,000 a week for those tantrums, says Shomafall. Rushmano, I think we need more defenders. Our defence is horrible, says Jonathan Gallagher. Yeah, so Timber, I think if we could get rid of more or less a few players at the bank, Phil Jones needs to go, in my opinion. Bailly, it's time to really move on. Harry Maguire, I would love to see him leave Manchester United. I really would. He's not good enough. So I would like to see us sign 2 centre-backs. So Jurrien Timber and maybe Pau Torres. That leaves you with Lindelof. That leaves you with maybe Mengi. That leaves you with, Twanzebe, I suppose, as some backup options. But you've still got your first starting 2. And then you've got a youngster in Timber who's hopefully going to go on and be potentially a fantastic beast player. But he's so young at the moment. And the Premier League's so rough and ready. I don't know if, it's going to take a little bit of time. You don't want to rush these people too soon. But definitely we need defenders. And then wing backs as well, Jonathan, is a problem area for us. Wan-Bissaka, good defending, not good enough going forward. Dallow's the opposite. And then over on the other side, Shaw and Tellez are not convincing enough either. Not convincing enough with the best wing backs in the league. The likes of the Trents or the Reece Jameses over on that side. And then the the Cancelos and that sort of stuff. We do need to do better. We have to do better in all different areas of the team. Thank you, Lynette Giggs. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a good day today, by the way. Our fullbacks are shit, says Jonathan Gallagher. Yes, they are. They're good in different ways. Maybe Luke Shaw's the best all well-rounded one out of them all, but even he's only good. And then you've got Tellez, who's great attacking-wise, set pieces, free kicks. Doesn't really help us out when you're trying to stop the opposition scoring at the other end, though. Dallow's the same. And then Wan-Bissaka's fantastic defensively in some respects, like one-on-one defending, getting back and just getting those challenges in, he's great at. But in terms of like going forward, he's not good enough on the ball. You need to have a modern fullback. We don't have a modern fullback that's good enough defending and attacking. No more lies. I still don't know, mate. Lots of speculation and rumours about that. I've heard, people say, Ronaldo and McTominay and people like this, but I don't actually know no more lies. I'd love to know who the two players actually were. Eamon Barrett says, we should build from the back, get rid of Jones, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka first, says Eamon. These make sense. Wan-Bissaka's worth money, 35 million quid back from selling him at least. Crystal Palace maybe would be interested. Some other clubs may be interested. Like he's definitely a decent player. So he would generate us 35 million. We could sell him and use that money to buy somebody else. Dante, how are you doing, you legend? He says, I predict 3 players will come in. Erik ten Hag will attempt to improve them and maybe ship out after a year. What do you mean, Dante? He's going to get sacked off in a year, you think? Fair enough. Nice ever the optimist there, Dante, lad. Fair enough. So he's going to come in, sign a few players, and then get sacked off. Okay, maybe, who knows? I hope that they've given him certain assurances and freedoms, and we'll see, won't we, in this window? If they invest heavily and back the manager and fully back him to the hilt, i.e., let's sell a few players, sure, but let's spend 200 million on actual players, then we'll see, won't we? Bruno and Maguire fought each other, says Viking Red. Go on, somebody stick someone on the slab. Fernandes and Rashford top scorers last year. Suddenly they stopped simultaneously. That's it, YouTube. I mean, how bad has Bruno been lately? I mean, he's not been as bad as Rashford, but he's still been terrible this season compared to last season. I just think everybody at the football club had a nightmare year. And I think it was compounded by the fact that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was sacked off. Yeah, he had a really bad spell and it wasn't going well and he was sacked off. But then it's like all of a sudden they've got this disciplinarian Ragnick come in. There's no connection there between the likes of, Rashi, Bruno, all these guys who've been working with Solskjaer beforehand. And plus, not only that, hey, look, they should be professional and do their job. But not only that, they know he's going at the end of the season. And so there's no repercussions. There's no comeback for if they have a really bad performance this season. So I think a lot of them just went on holiday mode too early. It's no excuse. They're freaking awful for doing so. But I think a lot of these players have struggled under the new guy, which is Ragnick, and also previously Solskjaer this season. Last season was great. Finished second. Pogba heading to Fulham Premier League promotion, says Tony. No ship out players he can't improve. Oh, sorry, Dante. Yeah. I thought you meant ship himself out then. Right. No, ship out players he can't improve. So give Wan-Bissaka and Dalot and Van der Beek a chance. Then if not cutting it, ship it. Right, great shout. Yeah, people like Rashford too. That's fair enough. That's a fair one. Yeah, I see what you're on. Stephen Carr, thank you for supporting the show for 15 months. He says, quietly optimistic for our future under Ten Hag. Come on, get in, mate. Love it. Thank you, Stephen Carr, for supporting this show for 15 months as well. Hashtag 15 months in there for Mr. Carr. Doing legendary bits there. Thank you, boss. Thank you, boss, for your say and always getting in there and supporting the show. And I'm quietly optimistic too. We'll have to wait and see. I'm like 75% sure about this guy, Let's hope that he does well. I mean, his style at Ajax is undeniable. If you look at the goals and conceded and things like that and how they go about it, even in the Champions League as well, people say, Eredivisie, piece of piss. Just look at the Champions League stats then and how he's gone about it in the Champions League. Very, very decent. Hello there, UK Nation PS4 gamer. And then you look at United being a huge club. Can he do it here? Big opportunity in the Prem. Hello, UK Nation. Pity they couldn't put as much effort into playing as fighting, says Philip Chapman. Lingard knew he was bad news since he was arrived. Typical Arsenal type of player, really, says YouTube. Did you see Lingard coming out yesterday, putting a message on to Mark Noble or to West Ham saying how fucking great Mark Noble is and all that? You're still a Manchester United player, son. And he said something along the lines of, I really rate Mark Noble. He took me under his wing. That's what he said. He said he took me under his wing at West Ham. Fucking hell, Jesse Lingard, you're 29, son, when you went there. Took you under his fucking wing. Bloody hell, mate. He's talking like a fucking teenager, this guy. You know, he's reached higher levels than Noble in his career. You know, so although Noble is Mr. West Ham, like Licky T says, you can't deny his loyalty and his passion for West Ham. But Jesse Lingard should be keeping his mouth shut until he's out the door, in my opinion. Just making it blatant. 30-year-old man Viking Red, yeah. Meow. Beans, beans, beans. Dante says Lingard bending over the West Ham length. He really is, isn't he? David Moisey is very interested in that. Bayern looking like they may struggle with their finances. They want Nunes, but might struggle. So Bayern looking like they maybe might want to replace, obviously, Lewandowski with somebody. They're sniffing around Darwin Nunes as well at this seems at this moment in time. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Susan Lively Sue, thank you for getting in today, legend. She says, I'm not sure, but what I heard was it was Maguire and Lingard, says Susan Lively Sue. Right? Okay, well, that's a bit interesting, isn't it? That sounds like Harry Maguire. That sounds like my captain, to be fair. Going to pick on somebody twice as small as him. That sounds like my captain. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Okay, so we've also got some information on Roman Abramovich very quickly. A report from the Times here very quick. Let me just read this, guys. It's just come through the grapevine. Government says it's alarmed at Abramovich refusing to accept its proposed sale model for Chelsea. 1.6 billion loan proving a big problem, says Abramovich. Well, to be fair, you know, we just take that shite off of them. All they've done is deal with this club in a shady, dodgy way. And that's why it's where it is, really. So let's just fucking take it off and kick them out. That's what I say. Mrs. Piggy on the Kante rumour, says Brocky. She's not here to have her say right now, unfortunately. But yeah, if you want to watch the Kante vid, please do. If you want a little update on that, though, hey, look, there is a report that Kante's going to be discussing contract extensions with Chelsea soon. So reports, just news about that, really, in my opinion, add fuel to the fire that they're trying to negotiate a new contract there. But if they were to sell him, it's just to try and go and get something like Declan Rice, isn't it? 169 likes. Get in there. 69 dudes. We did it, baby. Baby, we did it. Break out the red panties. We got 169 likes, baby. Big Bear, how's you doing? Thank you for the bacon brigade emojis, boss. YouTube comments. MUFC kind of crumbled over the top 4 big games this year. Definitely. It's a fucking crumble season. Harjiv Wallier says, what's up, pig? That skit was hilarious. Thank you, Harjiv. Thank you, everyone who watched that. Thank you, everyone who commented on it. Really appreciate you guys. Rush Mano, thank you. Star Rage as well says, if Maguire put one on Lingard, then he's finally done something good this season. And vice versa. If Lingard slapped one on Mags, that's also good. Don't know, but Juventus definitely went for Champions League contenders to strugglers in their own league with Ronaldo, says Shomerful. Fair one, interesting. Okay, well, Ronaldo got a lot of goals, and so, you know, from an individual point of view from him, maybe they did just have to change their way of playing a little bit to feed Ronaldo when, overall, the team suffered. I know that did happen for them, but nah, I don't think so. I think Ronaldo can be a big player in this team, mate. Honestly, do. I don't think he's an individual player. Look at his time at Real Madrid. Yeah, he's a huge focal point of the team, but he's still a massive part of the team and still helping out the team massively. You haven't really missed anything, Talk MU, bro. Just Ten Hag started, mate. He's confirmed that he wants Ronaldo. He said that, you know, Timber's obviously an interest and Anthony's of an interest, and there'll be lots of clubs interested in those. And yeah, not too much, mate. Just pretty much that, and that De Jong is still on the cards. That United are looking to work on that, but Barca are going to be having talks with Bayern in the next few days for Lewandowski, and that's going to have a knock-on effect. Those are pretty much the big stories. Ika Ichsali says, like or not, Abramovich brought EPL to the new level and compete with Serie A all those years ago. I don't like it, Ika Ichsali, and I disagree. Did I miss something? Oh no, I read that, didn't I? Cancelled going to the Caribbean to start early, Mr. Hag. I know, respect to Mr. Ten Hag, man. This guy will cancel his summer holidays to go straight in after leaving the previous job to go and get an early start in his next one. I say fair play to him, son. You know what I mean? That's like working your 2 weeks notice for your work, for your office or whatever, and then literally going to start the very next day, not even having a day off. It's pretty exceptional stuff. I say fair play to him, but you know, he knows the importance of this opportunity. He knows how important it is to get a head start this summer, because there's so much work to do. We've got to get rid of so many players, got to get so many players in. You have to have a strategy. You're not going to get your first choice signing in every instance. You'll have a list of players who have a strategy where you think, right, okay, we can sell these players, but where can we improve? Let's go and try and get this guy. Okay, if we can't get this guy, how's about this guy? You know, you have to have plan B as well. So there's going to be all sorts of strategy taking place at the moment behind the scenes and all sorts of recruitment going on. Hey, no worries, talking you lad. Pigs the Peeps champion, baby. Hit the likes. Thank you, Viking Red. Thank you so much for that, dude. Brocky says people should lay off on Ronaldo. He did not concede those goals. Exactly, yeah. He still scored 31 in like 33 games. Or no, wait, it was 29 in 31, I think, for them, wasn't it? Or was it 31 in 29? It was a ridiculous amount of goals he scored even for them. So, yeah, I think we should lay off Ronaldo, actually, mate. Good shout. Ronaldo's not the problem in this team. Not at all. Kingslayer, what's good, lad? Rushy says, can we get 200 likes? 112 Deep says, loan out Rashford to Ajax to get him sorted in exchange for getting a couple of Ajax players. Just needs team that works together, says 11 Deeps. What? Interesting. Loan him out to Ajax to get a couple in return. Fair enough, 112 Deeps. Not heard that yet. Interesting. Thank you, Shoma Forces. Good stuff, Piggy. Addressing all opinions. In most other channels, Ronaldo's critique is classed as fake news by the admin, says Shoma Forces. Well, fair enough. Well, look, we let everyone have their say in here. We don't like to silence anyone unless they're being an abusive twat. Viking Red says, top lad talking to you or last. Thank you, Big Bear. Will Perplexity says he will go for Timber 100%. Looks like it will, yeah. Big news on that. In fact, if we can just see a bit of an update on Timber, it does seem like we are going to go in for this guy, mate. Absolutely, already have done. You're already a huge fan of Erik Ten Hag. No holidays. Cuts players' holidays off. So much focus. Bright road ahead. Good times coming. Great shout, Haji of Wally. We've got somebody who's a proper workhorse, it seems here. Prepared to put the hours in. Prepared to, you know, build this team up from the ground up. Ron is not the problem. I agree, Lynette Giggs. People wanting Pogba to stay make me sick. Classical gashings. Don't know many people that want him to stay, but those people are obviously mental or scousers. Ten Hag wants Timo Werner, says Mark. No, please no. Ten Hag's going to crack the whip, sounds like, says Cedric. Yeah, that's it. He is a disciplinarian. He looks like Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's going to drink some Steve Weisers and open up a can of whoop ass and Stone Cold stun some of these guys out the dressing room. I think we have a good chance to get Timber. I hope we get him, says Jordan Lopez. Spot on, man. Yeah, looking good at the moment. I hope so. Looks like a good young talent. Jonathan says anyone who thinks Ronaldo's the problem is wrong. Top man, fish finger butties for tea. All lovely. I'm good, thank you, Rashad Felicia. Hey there, Jay Gill. What's going on, my son? Thank you for watching the stream and getting in today. Vincent says, I think Jadon Sancho will not be playing against Crystal Palace. Pictures showing that he has gone on holiday. Okay, well, he did have that injury, didn't he? What was that previous injury he had? Oh, no, it was tonsillitis. Maybe he's just, I don't know, actually. I had my tonsils out when I was a kid, and I was all right after a couple of weeks. Ten Hag will get Koulibaly and or Powell will be legendary, says Raja. Oh, interesting. Powell would be nice. If he got Timber and Powell, that would be a fantastic improvement of our defenders and then sold some of the gash we've got. I don't actually Viking Red myself. Sorry to say, I'm a catch-up man. Ten Hag wants to re-sign Teddy Benson. Well, you're just coming in here with random stories now. I could see where that could maybe make sense, though. Daly was decent for us. He's versatile, but he's like 32 now. I don't see it happening. Yeah, that's it, Licky T. Still out injured. The younger generation don't appreciate good players, says Jonathan Gallagher. Come on now. Do you think it's the young people criticising the likes of Ronaldo? Well, fair enough. He's still so good. I think he's undeniable, but fair enough. But good news about Ten Hag backing Ronaldo and saying that he wants to keep him. We'll have to wait and see what happens with Ronaldo on his own decision. And also, if any clubs come in knocking for Ronaldo, we'll see. Clubs like PSG, clubs like Real Madrid, clubs like Bayern Munich, maybe, if they lose Lewandowski. We'll see. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up, guys. There's 192 legends in it. Can we get 192 likes? Let's be having you. Before you go, just leave a cheeky little like. It's free. That's all we ask around here. And also hit the subscribe and click the bell icon so you get notified when we go live. We'll give you all the latest updates and reports and breaking news on this channel as and when it comes in, with no bullshit, no clickbait guff, no pumping out 68 different videos about Gash throughout the day. We just give you the rundown in a no bullshit way. We will be back on here tonight as well, actually, guys, giving the latest evening news as and when there is, if there is any. We will come on and jump on and give you the latest rundown. So do tune in, look around for around about 9 p.m. We'll be on about then. Thank you, JR, and everybody who's got in here. Mark, Rushy, Licky T, Jonathan, Classical Gashings, Viking Red, Andy Young, Harjiv Walia, Lynette, Rushmano. Give us a way pick. There you go, Lynette Giggs. Thank you so much for watching and getting in, you legendess. Simon says, Ronaldo is a good player, but this wages is the problem. It was a slap in the face. He's worth it, mate. He's like L'Oreal, baby, because he's worth it. Great show. Thank you, Viking Red. Thank you, Superstar. I am Robin still on, but I'm just going now. Flabby says, confirmed the fight was between Captain Slabby and a cement truck driver. Apparently there was a mix-up. Yep, Susan Lively Sue will be doing FIFA tonight as well, absolutely. About 11:30ish or 11ish. Nice, Andy Young. Nice one, Andy. Thank you, Elliot Manduna, Chris Koo, Brocky, Chris Barker, Batman iPhone, Viking, all the moderators, Rush Mano, everybody, Jonathan Gallagher. Thank you to all the mods. Thank you to all the members for supporting the show. Thank you to all the chatters. Live chat was popping off today, guys. Great chat, great debate, as always. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for having your say. And thank you for listening to me talk codshite for an hour and 20 minutes as well. You're a bunch of legends. Do drop a like before you go and all that. Follow us on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and the website is unitedflyinghigh.com. Big up yourself, Susan, Chris Barker, Talk MU, Gungshi, of course, Vincent Bullock, Roshi, Viking Red, JR, Millicent, Harjib Walia, and everyone else as well. Ms. 528. That's it from me. Have a great afternoon. I'll be back with United news later and FIFA tonight. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. And come on, United! The Eric Ten Hag era begins, baby! Let's fucking go! See you later, guys. Sue! Dana, 200 likes, baby! The live chat's made us rich, baby! Break out the red panties! It's red panty night! We got 200 likes! 3 people died getting 200 likes on this stream!